Well, picking up the pieces, Ellicott City residents get a chance to return home following the devastating flooding. The rising waters caused tens of millions of dollars in damage and left an unforgettable mark on those who lost their homes and their businesses. WJZ is live with complete coverage of the Ellicott City recovery efforts. Tracy Leong with more on the church that served as refuge for those fleeing from the rising waters. Captain Jeff Long is over the city taking a look at the damage left behind. But first, WJZ investigator Mike Hellgren with the latest on efforts to return to normality. Mike?
Mary, officials with the Federal Emergency Management Agency toured the area. They met with members of Congress. Also, more people were able to go down to their homes and businesses and briefly get their precious belongings. This 360-degree camera provides a new view of the devastation in Ellicott City. Several buildings remain on the verge of collapse. But Colin Riley still sees a future here.
I love Ellicott City. I love this town and the people in it and being in the heart of it.
His brother was trapped on Main Street, where they share an apartment.
I watched as these cars were washing away in the flood, and I felt so powerless and so trapped because I couldn't go there to help him. I couldn't do anything for him, and it was really scary.
Colin came back to gather a few essential items.
It's an image that's just burned into my mind of all the destruction. It's gut-wrenching when you can't go home.
Recovery will be slow. Authorities are dealing with crumbling foundations, a collapse of infrastructure, and sewage overflows, a precarious situation that changes by the minute.
Not one person has screamed and yelled, even though as I've said before, they have every right to. Because this is a really hard time, but they're so understanding, and they realize that this was a 1,000-year flood. And if you're going to have a 1,000-year flood, you're going to have some difficulty.
A one-stop shop for Howard County to provide services.
Courtney Watson used to represent the heart of the flooded area on the Howard County Council. She stayed busy at the Disaster Assistance Center, giving out crucial supplies to the victims.
It's too early to know exactly when everything will be open for business again, but I think it'll happen in stages, and there is no doubt that Ellicott City will be back.
The road to normal will take patience here on Main Street after a once-in-a-lifetime flood that took everything but hope. And today, loved ones mourned Jessica Watsula at her funeral. She's one of two people who died in the flooding here. Reporting from Ellicott City, Mike Hellgren, WJZ Eyewitness News.
Okay.